welcome. Well, we're coming to the end of the Black Friday sales now, although it shan't be long before we get the after Christmas ones. And whilst I don't think this was a particularly exciting year for sales, at least the physical media, I didn't find a great deal. I did find quite a lot on the Nintendo eShop. I think it actually treated us really well on the sales there. It did me so well I had to go and buy a bigger memory card. But it's my fault for cheaping out and getting a small one in the first place. One of those games is what I want to talk to you about today, because I really didn't expect to like it, and I ended up loving it. That game is SteamWorld Dig. I think I got it for around £6. I can't remember what the full price was. But for £6, this was a bargain, and it's got some brilliant replayability. The premise here is quite unique. Now, you might be familiar with this franchise from some of the other games. I think they did SteamWorld Heist 1 and a sequel, SteamWorld Heist 2. I haven't played those because they're turn-based, and I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat. But there's also SteamWorld Dig 2, which I'll definitely be getting once it's on sale. I don't want to pay full price. And also an upcoming SteamWorld World Builder, because I don't know what the proper name for it is, but that looks good fun too. This is a franchise they're growing, and with good reason. The basic premise here is simple. The world is occupied by sentient, steam-powered robots. Humanity is long forgotten, is buried beneath the surface, and almost that of legend now, as opposed to actual fact. It's a unique concept, and done well. It works, honest. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the game was, as I progressed through it, you learn a little bit more about how the world works, what happened to humanity and what it's turned into. It's a little bit harrowing actually, and gives me almost steam-powered Skynet vibes over what could happen should AI take over the world. You take on the character of Rusty, just a normal one of the steam-powered robots on the planet. And he's recently inherited a mine from his uncle. So what else is there to do when you inherit a mine? Start digging. With wise word of guidance from some colourful characters that you'll meet on the surface, where you'll return often, and of course they will assist you in upgrading your gear as well, and help you flush out the story. Into the darkness you go with your trusty tools, and this is the main part of the gameplay, so you'd expect it to be done well. But well isn't a strong enough word, it's superb. You really have a blank canvas. Yes, it guides you to certain areas to a degree, but how you get there is up to you. Dig straight down and make short work of it. Create a maze of tunnels so you can cover as much ground as possible. That's your choice. I went for the latter approach because, as well as just digging general tunnels to get around, you can also find gemstones. And these are what you can turn into money to upgrade your gear. And I enjoy that side of things. It's all part of the experience, makes it more flushed out and enjoyable. So I did go for the slower approach of let's really explore. And I found so much. Not only do you find creatures lurking in the dark, which offer you some combat opportunities, you can also find machines that again are out to get you. It seems like everything down there is out to get you. And you end up creating your own puzzles. So if you've dug some tunnels and all of a sudden you spot a gemstone part you want to drill out to but you can't reach it, you've got to try and figure out how to get there. You've made your own little puzzle game. And I enjoyed solving these little puzzles which I created for myself, just for fun. Along the way you will also discover caves. Now some of them are part of the story, so you'll be guided to them on the mini-map. Others you'll just have to stumble upon as you're doing your digging. And they're generally puzzles for you to solve using the digging, mining mechanics. At the end of it you get a nice reward, whether it be a large amount of money. In fact, it's usually a large amount of money on the non-story ones. On the story ones you get an upgrade to your robot. You can get some more, I don't know if abilities is the right word, but more tools where you can either jump higher, you can do a boosted jump. You can also change from just having your pickaxe to a drill to get through some harder materials, and also sort of like a Street Fighter style punch mechanic. It's not a long game. It's not one that I would personally choose to rush through, but obviously we all play in our own way. That's part of the fun of games. but it has got such fantastic replayability, just because you really are creating your own adventure on how you get to the objectives. All in all, this is just great fun. Being 2D, it's got a bit of a retro feel to it, at least that's the vibe I get from the game, but it's done, obviously, on modern machines to modern standards. You've got this beautiful art style, this well flushed out world, from the lovely sunny surface to the dark dismal mines to the harrowing leftovers of humanity of what they've devolved into from life underground. The mechanics are fantastic, it's a relatively unique concept. The only other game I can think of maybe slightly similar to it is Shovel Knight, but very different art style, very different type of game, so I don't really think it's a fair comparison. And I actually prefer this, but that's my personal thing. It's a game I think you'd enjoy playing. If you can get it on a future sale for around the £5-6 mark, or maybe a touch more, it'd be a well worth investment. It's not just available on Switch, of course, you can also get it on your PlayStations, and I think you can get it on your Xboxes and Steam. I don't have Xbox, and I don't have a PC, so I can't check it for you, but I'm 99% sure it's there. It's just a good time, and it's even quite relaxing. I can't wait to play the sequel, and when I do, I'll let you know if it's as good as the original. Thank you very much for your time, and until next time, ta-ra for now.